Hello. I am trying something new. I've practiced a couple times, but I'm not very good at it. But I'm going to try and come to you in this form to see if maybe we can encourage each other. I was thinking about a passage of Scripture that I often think about when times are difficult or times are different or I'm facing something that I don't understand. Or it comes from Psalms, in Psalm 121, the first couple of verses. It goes like this. It says, I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. You know, David wrote these words, and he might have first wrote them when he was a shepherd, out in the fields watching his father's sheep. It was his responsibility to take care of them, to watch over them. Maybe it was evening. The sun was setting, the sheep were settling down. And he's looking around him at the hills around him, and the night sounds are starting to come. And he's thinking to himself, boy, how am I going to keep these sheep safe? Where am I going to look to for my strength? Or maybe he wrote it a little later, when he became king. We're told that the old city of Jerusalem was surrounded on three sides by hills, and the enemy really couldn't attack well from those three sides. And that fourth side was a long plain where they could see the enemy coming for a long distance away. And maybe he was sitting there in the city, and he was looking around at those hills, and maybe he was saying to himself, where does my strength come from? And I love his answer. Whether he wrote it as a boy out with the sheep or sitting in the city of Jerusalem as a king, his answer was the same. Help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. In the days we're living in, sometimes we wonder, where's our help coming from? And many of us are guilty of putting our trust in things that are going to let us down. Things like government or science or medicine or education or, all of those things eventually will let us down. And as we sit isolated, not able to meet together, maybe that's okay. Because maybe we can take this time to think about, where have we been putting our trust? Where have we been where we've been getting our strength from? And maybe we can take a lesson from David and we can say, you know what? My strength comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I encourage you to make that statement out loud, to say, my strength comes from the maker, the creator of the heavens and the earth. We're all in this together. I encourage you to continue loving God, loving people, and I'll see you soon.